Okay, if you're in e-commerce right now, you know the pressure is on, AI is everywhere. But with this flood of new tools and rising costs, it can feel, well, completely overwhelming. So, in this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that noise. We're giving you a clear, actionable playbook to turn that feeling of being overwhelmed into a serious competitive edge. Let's get into it. And look, that's not just some nice to have suggestion. It's a reality check from a real industry leader. This quote from Cindy Shepherd over at Havaianas just hits the nail on the head. The question isn't if you should adopt AI anymore. It's how you can do it right now and do it well. And this is the big question, isn't it? It feels like you're standing at the bottom of a huge mountain. The options are endless, the marketing claims are massive, and that fear of making a really expensive mistake, it's real. This is the exact problem we're going to tackle today. So first things first, let's establish why this isn't just a bunch of hype. We're at a point now where AI has officially moved from a nice to have novelty to an absolute must-have for survival and growth in e-commerce. It all really boils down to two massive forces pushing this change. First, the entire market. I'm talking your vendors, your partners, your competitors. They're all plugging AI into what they do. So, if you're just standing still, you're actually falling behind. But even more important is this. Your customers are already living in an AI world. And this just drives that point home perfectly. Your customers' expectations for super fast, personalized, and smart recommendations are being set by AI everywhere else they go online. So if your store doesn't deliver that same experience, you're already behind. The shift, and this is the key, is being driven by the user. Okay, so theory is one thing, but what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's break down how a major brand, Havaianas, didn't just adopt AI, but used it to get some, truly incredible results. So their success wasn't just luck. It was built on three really smart pillars. First, they focused on data hygiene. Basically, cleaning up their product info so the AI engines could actually make sense of it. Second, they created a culture of lifelong learning, getting the whole team to spend a little time each week just staying on top of AI. And third, they got tough with their vendors. They demanded proof or receipts, as they put it, that the tech actually delivered results. So, what happens when you lay that kind of simple, disciplined groundwork? Well, you set yourself up for some seriously game-changing numbers. Let's take a look at the actual return on investment. They saw a 54% lift in conversions. Just let that sink in for a second. Now, this wasn't across the whole site, but specifically for customers who actually use their AI-powered conversational tools. It just goes to show when you use AI to guide people, the impact is massive. And it didn't stop there. It wasn't just about getting more people to click buy. It was about getting them to buy more. A 23% lift in average order value. This proves the AI wasn't just a cool gimmick. It was actually understanding what customers needed and making smart recommendations. And the wins were spread across the whole business, not just one little area. Check this out. In customer service, they used AI. Think of them as smart bots that can actually do tasks on their own and saved a month and a half of agent time. For SEO, an AI platform got them ranking on page 1 for those really specific keywords. And over in marketing, using Meta's AI tools led to a 12% revenue lift. This is proof that AI is a Swiss Army knife, not just a one-trick pony. Okay, the Havaianas story is awesome, but the big question is, how do you take these lessons and apply them to your business? Let's shift from their example to a framework that you can use to figure out where you stand and where to even start. We can basically break down any e-commerce operation into these 4 critical pillars. You've got how you get customers, how your site works, how you get the product to them, and how you treat them. To build a solid AI strategy, you got to look at each one of these areas. So pillar number 1 is demand generation. This is all about getting found. We're moving into a world where someone might ask ChatGPT for a product recommendation instead of just typing it into Google. So, are your products going to show up? This is all about getting ready for that new reality. Next up, site performance. Getting people to your site is only half the battle, right? This pillar is all about how well you turn those visitors into actual buyers. Are you using AI to personalize the experience on the fly? is your checkout super smooth? This is where you optimize the whole path to purchase. Pillar 3, logistics. This is the behind-the-scenes magic that makes everything run. And AI can be an absolute powerhouse here. We're talking about predicting what inventory you'll need, optimizing your supply chain, all the stuff that saves you money and prevents major headaches down the road. And finally, customer experience. This is so important. Are you just a place that processes transactions? Or are you actually building relationships? This is where you evaluate how you're using AI to give people that personalized, smart support that makes them feel valued and keeps them coming back. All right, we've talked about the why. We've seen a real-world how, and we've got a framework for what to think about. But that feeling of being overwhelmed can still stop you in your tracks. So, let's get super practical. How do you take that very first step without a huge budget or freaking out your team? Here it is, a simple 3-step plan to just get started. First, just play around with it. Seriously, go to ChatGPT or Gemini. Ask them silly questions. Ask them smart questions. Just see what they can do. Second, make learning a small, consistent habit. 15 minutes a day, an hour a week. That's it. And third, experiment. Don't try to boil the ocean. Pick one small pain point, test one tool that might fix it, and just measure what happens. It's not about a massive upfront risk. It's about starting small and building momentum. Okay, before we wrap this up, there is one last crucial piece of the puzzle we have to talk about. Because as powerful as AI is, it's not the whole story. The goal here isn't to just replace every single human interaction. This quote right here gets to the absolute heart of it. The best AI strategies, the ones that are truly winning, use technology to make human connections better, not to get rid of them. AI can handle the boring, repetitive stuff, which frees up your team to provide that essential personal touch where it really counts. It's a balance, but it's a vital one. So, here's the bottom line. Your competitors are already doing this. They're getting smarter with AI every single day. The window for those easy wins. It's closing. AI isn't some trend on the horizon. It's here right now. By starting small, focusing on those 4 pillars, and always balancing tech with a human touch, you really can go from being overwhelmed to overperforming. The only question left is, are you going to get started?